bien le bonjour. Hello everyone, this is Phil from Yoda's Workshop. Welcome to a brand new episode of The Vintage Kids. Alors bonsoir et bienvenue à un autre épisode de palpitante là, de Vintage Kids, hein, les vieux là, les vieux enfants là, un peu comme moi. Alors cette semaine, nous allons avoir un sujet particulier. Ça va être pas de sujet, hein? Ben oui, this week we're going to have a special subject. It's going to be a no subject episode. What I mean by that is we're actually going to do a open mic. So if people will show up this week, we're going to have to entertain ourselves without looking at porn. Okay. Shh. The children are listening. So welcome to a brand new episode. This is episode 49. Again, as you guys know, as everyone knows, I am not doing this for the numbers. I'm doing this for fun. It's actually our 49th episode. C'est actuellement notre 49e épisode. Jamais en 100 ans. Jamais en 49 épisodes. Je pensais que je me rendrais à 49. Hein? Ben non. J'ai dépassé mon âge. We actually overpassed my actual age. Let's see. Just to make sure that everything works. I'm going to close this. Going to open this. Hello, Aaron Moffat. How are you? Good to have you aboard. Again, this week we are live on my personal Facebook page. We're live on Yoda's Workshop group. And we are live on Yoda's Workshop YouTube page. I don't know... It always depends on what subject I actually talk about. Some week there's a lot of people. Some week there's not much. There's not a lot of people. It's Phil LeBlanc. Yeah, that's me. It's Greg Marshall. They told your name. Well, you were in Nashville, and I want to talk about this. You were in Nashville, you lucky Greg Marshall-y. And I'm going to talk about this a little for this week. So, the way we're going to do this week, I have no subject. I only have a few things I want to talk about. For the rest of the show, let's improvise, man. But I know what's coming. But for this week, I've got not much... schedule on whatever we're going to talk about. So this is why I call it an open mic. It's the second time that I actually do an open mic. The first time was pretty early. Donc, quand j'ai pas trop de sujets que je veux nécessairement parler, je fais un open mic. Je vais donner la possibilité aux gens de poser des questions, de dire n'importe quoi. It actually gives you an idea... Phil, when are we going? When are you doing a road trip to Wisconsin? Man, I wish. I really wish. Canadian bacon is in the basement. I really wish. I've looked it up, and I think from my place to reach out to go to Wisconsin by car, I think it's like 26 hours or something like that. And you know what? I don't drive. I fly a Millennium Falcon once. No, I did not. In my dreams. And I was Batman too, in another dream. But I would love to go. I've checked. I even checked the airplanes. How I could get to Kirk's basement. I mean... And that's why I want to talk about a little bit about the ICCC. But anyway... So, back to what I was saying, which I don't remember. Okay, so the way we're going to do this is, if you guys have any questions, if you have any subject you want to talk about, just like Aaron did, we're going to talk about this, because I really checked. Me and Audrey, we looked up at the airplane tickets. And the reason... am I really going to talk about this? Yeah, I'm going to talk it very quickly. I was supposed to be at the ICCC 2, the second year. I had my tickets. Michael had sent me my stuff. My plane tickets were purchased. I had a Airbnb ready, waiting for me there. And like we were leaving on the Friday morning from Montreal. And I was going with Audrey and another of my friend, which is he's a Star Wars fan as well, and collector and whatever. And I had health issues, so I went to the doctor. And on the Monday morning, Monday afternoon, I talked about the way I felt and stuff, my symptoms, and my doctor right away told me, "Okay, you're heading to the hospital. This is not right." So I said, "Man, I don't know." I said, "No, you don't understand. I'm leaving for Wisconsin. No, Wisconsin. I'm leaving for Nashville on Friday, so I'm not going to the hospital." He said, "No, you don't really have a choice." So they scanned my brain, and that's why it all started there. They found something in my brain, and da da da. Anyway, I'll talk about it more in details another time. But I was forced to cancel my trip to the ICCC too. And since then, I received a diagnostic. Is that say it in English? Last year, March 2022. Okay, I finally know what's wrong with my brain. I always think about weird shit, man. I don't know, man. Dave's not here. No. So, so I had to cancel my trip to Nashville, and I was fucking pissed. Sorry about I was lovely pissed. Why am I saying lovely? Because I think Leia was there once watching a show. Our kids. Oh no, there were Padawans and Padawans, and said, "Oh, there's Padawans." So now I don't say fuck. I say lovely. So I was lovely pissed, and I had to cancel everything. And I wrote a note to Michael, and I wrote to other friends that were expecting me over there. As you guys know, it was the fifth ICCC that Michael and Andrea prepared. And Robin Broca, a lot of you guys know Robin. Robin is an amazing person. I'm not going to go into it, but Robin Broca learned the news, and we were supposed to meet. I was so excited to meet her, meet so many other people. Even Dennis Hall that I've talked earlier today with, and he's coming to Montreal. I'm going to see him this summer. Woohoo! So we had to cancel, but Robin and Dennis and other people over there, they went through the ICCC and got me some stuff, and she sent me that box full of goodies from the ICCC, since I wasn't able to go that year because of the medical issues. And I remember receiving that box, and it was full of stuff with a lovely note, and I still have that note stick on my shelf downstairs. Anyway, so Robin, if you're listening, you know how much I love you. Dennis too, but from a certain point of view. Okay, so and that's the reason why I was not able to go to the ICC 3, ICC 4, and ICC 5, because technically I cannot have insurance that cover me if something goes wrong with my health when I'm outside. Greg Marshall. My Facebook kept freezing, so I switched to YouTube. Welcome aboard, Greg Marshall again. Are you sure you're not the clone of Greg Marshall? 2 Greg Marshall would be fantastic. 1 is amazing. 2, that would be great, man. Anyway, so that's the reason why I did not go yet to any of the ICCC. But now I've got my thing on paper. So now I know what I have, and I will be able to leave the country and get insurance because no one, two Gregs might be trouble. Yeah, talk about it. Can you imagine two Gregs and two Phils at the same time at the same place? Ooh, that wouldn't be great. Uh, so now that I know what I have, I'll be able to get insurance, and I should be there next year with Audrey. And trust me, I've watched the ICCC. I've watched so many stuff during the weekend, and I was really emotional because I was like seeing pictures of everyone meeting with one another. I was like, so wow, man, this is amazing. Okay, anyway, so what I want to do this week, like I said, we're gonna talk about whatever you want. I just need to talk about one thing first, and I want to talk, and I've talked about her in other podcasts and other episodes. Joe Ferraro's in the house, ladies and gentlemen. Welcome aboard. Nice to see you. Oh man, I just can't wait. I was talking about this with Audrey. I was talking about this with Audrey's dad during the weekend, and I mean, I'm gonna freak out. I'm gonna freak out meeting all the people over there. I mean, you, Greg, of course, and whoever's going to be there. I just can't wait to hug Michael Evans. I just can't wait to hug Andrea. I just can't wait to hug Kirk, Rick, Carol, Shannon. I mean, everyone. It's not only the MMC family, it's all the ICCC family, everyone, Upwood. I just can't wait to grab a ass cheek of Upwood while he's not really watching. Are you listening, Hoppy? Get ready for my French Canadian fingers rubbing your butt. Ooh la la. Anyway, so you know what I mean. So I'm gonna freak out. I mean, heading there, and it's not whoever might be invited. The guests of honor. I mean, Ian was back. The Emperor was back this year. So many Star Wars actors and related actresses and actors, whatever. I will not go there for the guests. I'm gonna go there to meet so many of my friends, so many people that I'm not gonna say change my life. Well, yeah, you guys changed my life. I met so many people on the Facebook groups, and so many joined Yoda's workshop. I've some of you guys I've talked every week, and not because of the MMC, because of any. I mean, Chris Roshop, which is it's his birthday. If you guys know Chris, tell him happy birthday. It's his birthday today. I think he's 32. He's 32. That's Canadian, so in US it might be a little more. I mean, so many great people, and it's when I've talked with so many great people in all the groups that I'm happy and honored to be part of, that I said, Jesus, this community is amazing. Of course, there's like always the goofball or the stupid idiot that will show up, but hey, that's part of the game. But generally, everyone's so lovely kind. Yeah. So okay, so that's for the ICCC for next week, but next year. What I want to say, and I'm gonna say it in French also, because this is important for me. I've talked about the fact that this year Michael Evans, the brain behind the ICCC for the last 5 years, actually asked one of our friend, which is Leah Elaine Cameron. She's 18. She's an amazing artist, and Michael asked her to do to do the the artwork on the patches on the passes. Okay, sorry, I'm searching for my words. Keep in mind, je suis français. So, Leia did all the artworks on the passes, and what she did over there, she was invited. She had a booth, and I'm gonna show you some pictures. And Leia, I'm sorry. I hope it's okay with you. I did not ask you first. I just want to show a few things, and the reason why I'm doing this is I just said to Taurus the other day, it's great to know and interact with all of you. Yeah, we're all across the world. Well, it sucks, but it's amazing. Can you imagine this? It feels like we're all living on the same street because we all play with the same toys. Anyway, I'll get back to this, Joe. You're totally right. YouTube is frozen. What the hell? I'm looking at my Yoda's Workshop page and everything looks okay. I don't know. Welcome back on Yoda's Workshop. Let me check if perhaps I forgot something. No, everything looks okay from here. Okay. So I'm going to put my microphone ready. Can you hear me? So I was talking about Leia. And what she did, she had a booth. People could meet her, and she met all of these Star Wars actors. And she was there last year also with his brother Luke. And what she did, and I think it's amazing, she actually sold some of her drawings. And the money that she made by selling these, I think it went to the hospital, the children miracle thing hospital. I've got pictures. I just want to make sure it's gonna be. It's got to be on my hand. I don't know. Perhaps. Well, we had so much problems. Keep in mind that I'm using StreamYard. Since I want to be able to go to be on YouTube and on Facebook at the same time, I use StreamYard, and usually it's okay. But I don't know that from one week to another, I've got the same computer, I've got the same microphone, I've got the same camera, but I've got the same internet connection. But sometimes, like, so, okay. So I'm going to show you guys a few pictures of what she did, and I'm going to put a link. It's a CMN Children Miracle Network. There you go. There you go. So Joe, you're faster than me, man. That's good. And what I want to do, she actually she put up some of the drawings that are left, and she's selling them. So what I'm going to do, I'm going to put a link on Yoda's Workshop, and I'm going to put pictures of what she's selling. And keep in mind, she's not doing this to get full of money. She's giving away the money for the Children Miracle Network. So if you guys want any of her drawings, and trust me, she's an artist and she's great. You have no idea. I've already told you, I've got some of her drawings here. She actually sent me, see, I've got great stuff. That's mine. I'm not gonna, she draw these for me with Luke. There she is. Luke and Leia. Anyway, so I'm going to put a link. And if you guys want any of her stuff, let me know, and I'll contact her, or I'll put you in contact with her and stuff. And keep in mind, the money will go to the CMN Children's Miracle Network. She's amazing. I'm going to show you some pictures. Perhaps the sound's going to go away, or I hope the connection will be okay. Let me go check. Okay. So I'm going to try this, and if it blows or the contact or whatever, I'll reconnect, but everything should be okay. So here she is. So this is Leia. And Leia, that was her booth. I'm gonna show you guys. It's God. I wish I was there. So these are the drawings that she did for the ICCC, and many of them are still available, and they are really affordable. Look at these great drawings that she did. Uh, all these drawings were on the passes that everyone was using at the ICCC last weekend. That's her booth. That was her booth. She was with all the actors, um, and these are the stuff that she was selling. So there's stuff left, and some of these are limited. Like there's 50 version of these. As you can see, that's number one of 50. Let's hope that everything works. Yes. Okay. So there you go. So and painting, $50 each donation to Children Miracle Network Hospitals. So these are exclusive 2023 ICCC badge heart and painting by Leia. So let me see if I have more. No, so that's a. Oh, let me go back here. Okay, so here's some. There's a few more. The Jawas. There's Bausch. Of course, Luke and Leia with Vader. Uh, Ula, I think that's the name. She was there. The actress. She was right next to her. She signed a Funko Pop for her. Of course, Murder Bears for Kirk. Max Rebo, because Max Rebo was there with Celestial Scrum, and she took pictures with the actors and stuff. Anyway, it's amazing. So again, this is Leia. She's drawing. She's doing amazing job. Great drawings, and they are available. So I want to make them available for you guys. So I'll put a link or contact me. I'll show the pictures of what's available, and if you want to buy one, just let me know. I'll be happy to put you in contact with her. So that was my ICCC Leia advertisement, if we can say it like that. So, okay. My Saturday batch is priceless. It's signed by Leia and Kirk. See? Sign it on the back of it. Wow, man. That's great. That's great. Oh, Leia, you're here. Okay, I don't know if you can hear me well. Okay, so what I did, and I'm sorry I did not contacted you before, but I'm gonna put a link because I saw your post today, and you're selling the stuff that you still have from the ICCC, and I want to put it on Yoda's workshop. And if people wants to buy any, people around here in Canada or in Quebec or whatever, they'll contact me, or I'll put them in contact with you, and we'll manage something. And I just explained that the money was going for the miracle Christmas, the Christmas, the miracle thing. So thank you, because you you have no idea how much the MMC family and the IC family are proud of you. Also, Luke, I understand it's you, but both of you guys, you have no idea the impact that you have on us every week for the last, I don't know how many years. And it was amazing to see you there, and see all the posts and see people with you, and the badges are amazing. So, I mean, when we're talking about collecting stuff, that's a rare thing to get. I still have my ICC patch from ICC2 that I was not able to go, and for me, it's so important. And now knowing that you did the drawings on all of them this year, it's amazing. So anyway, so if I can help a little, well, that will be my little how do you say it? Mon grain de sel, mon grain de sable, whatever, to help you out. So okay. So thank you for joining me, by the way. And I just saw that your mom's also here. So congratulations, and I hope you enjoy every minute, every second of your weekend. It looked amazing, and I really hope that next year me and Audrey will be there and meet you guys. You have no idea how much I just can't wait to meet every one of you. Okay, so that was the ICCC section, um, and I'll put up the link. Yeah, where's Jim Arsenault? That's a very good question. That's a very good question, Greg. He's probably I don't know. He's been busy lately. He's winning all kinds of prizes every week, and he's probably waiting next to the post the post office waiting package to show up. Probably want some cheese, but he's in New Brunswick, so the cheese will probably be a little melted. And just to let you know, okay, when Kirk actually send me stuff from Wisconsin, either it would be if it's cheese or whatever, it takes at least 2 weeks to show up at my door, and we're not that far. I mean, Canada is not like on another planet. It's just up north from Wisconsin. I mean, Wisconsin is not down there with Dallas, with Texas and stuff. Dallas, Texas. So anyway, so 2 weeks. So can you imagine the cheese? Even if melted cheese, yeah, but it still it tastes great because it's sealed. But I just can't imagine how many time it actually melt in that package, and it it still tastes great. So anyway, so yeah, so either you're in Texas or you're in Wisconsin, which is about really close to the Canadian border. Well, not close to my place because I'm in Quebec, like way over there. But still, it takes 2 weeks. 2 weeks. So that cheese is like, man, it's hot on here. It's hot. It's hot in here. Yes. Okay. So I'm gonna put Nordiques. Yeah, exactly. Well, I'm more of a Canadian guy, Montreal Canadiens. Nordique is like Quebec City, and Quebec City is about 3 hours from where I live. We went there last year, me and Audrey, and we've sent a few gifts to the Kex and the Carlson. Anyway, so okay, I'm gonna put now not the chance, but I'm gonna put the subjects in your hands. I have a few things I want to talk about. To go back a minute, Leia and her family are awesome folks. Man, like I said, some of the people that I was lucky enough to meet, not in person, just interact with. Um, it's oh, let me see. I think oh, okay, good. Jenny, I just got your message. Okay. So, she just sent me a message to clarify. So, the original paintings were donated to contribute to the Children's Miracle Network. The prints that she's selling right now is currently to help raise funds for college. So it's even better because it's the money that she'll be able to use to go to college. So yes, okay, perfect. Thank you, Jenny. We were talking about you. Yeah, I mean, first of all, they're great parents. I mean, the kids are amazing. Parents are amazing. And that's a great example of what kind of people that this whole community, and I'm not talking only about MMC or the ICCC or Yoda's workshop. I'm talking about everyone, all the groups that we are in, Bestman Prime, whatever, Sarlacc Pit, Sarlacc Toy Pit. I forgot. I always forget the real name. These people are amazing, and like I said, some of you guys I talk more than I talk to my own brother over here, and he lives like at 20 minutes away from here, and we don't talk much. He's a Star Wars lover. We grew up with Star Wars, but I don't have the same connection that I might have with you guys. Some of you guys. So I mean, I'm not gonna name everyone, but Kristen Lee. Okay, okay. This world needs more Kristen Lees and more cereals, and of course more ice cream yellow balls. Yellow balls ice cream. Yeah, but you know what I mean. And it's amazing to find people that you connect so well and so much. Um, See, I talk to Greg more than I taught my own brother. Exactly. Exactly. It's the same for me. Anyway, I mean, there's not even enough words or good words to explain this chemistry. I'm not gonna say the love, but I mean, yeah, I think the good word, a good word would be chemistry. The chemistry that everyone have by loving this universe, and not only Star Wars. I mean, like I've already said, Yoda's Workshop or so many other groups are not only based for the people that only love Star Wars. Like it's about collecting. It's about being a vintage kids. We're vintage kids. That's the reason why I choose that name for this podcast, because we love not necessarily nostalgia. It's part of us. It's part of us. We grew up with this amazing universe with in the 70s and the 80s where toys were great. The internet was not there yet. I mean, we had to sit down and play with our things, with our toys, with our rubber duckies, and we're not necessarily these, but not Greg, Kirk sent me these. Uh, we learned to play with friends, and we learned to play with toys. And if we don't pass it on, it's going to end with us. I don't think so. I don't think so, because, and I'm gonna get, I don't think it's gonna end necessarily, because the reason why I'm saying this, I think we can say a lot of bad things about the fact that Disney purchased Lucasfilm, and that a lot of movies actually suck. And I'm not talking necessarily about Disney stuff. A lot of movies, like they're actually, I was thinking about doing an episode on remakes, lovely remakes that Hollywood is always doing. And the reason why I'm saying this is I think that Disney is doing a good job on making sure that every generation have something to love about Star Wars. And of course, the prequels. Back then, a lot of us like were watching the prequels. Like, what the hell? I personally really loved Episode 2 and really love Episode 3 as a grown up, as a vintage kids back in the days. But of course, I was kind of disappointed. And again, we were kind of disappointed with the last three movies. But I think they're doing an amazing job with the TV series on Disney Plus. And we we forget that there's kid watching this. So we're gonna have a generation that will grow up with Grogu, with Mando, with the Book of Boba Fett, and that's the way they're gonna learn about this amazing universe. And that's only Star Wars. I'm not talking about the Marvel or the DCU or whatever the universe it is. So toys are still there. It's not the same. I totally understand. It's not the same. But the Camerons are an amazing, good example. I mean, they have two kids, great kids. They grew up with a Star Wars environment with parents that love collecting. And I mean, look at them. I mean, there's. Of course, I'm not saying like Luke and Leia are actually like Star Wars crazy kids like we were back then, because it's never going to be the same. But I don't think it's going to end, because they're doing a great job to make sure that every new generation got something to enjoy. And it hit it. I'm going to be honest with you. It would be interesting to see how a young Phil would enjoy Mandalorian. I think I would go nuts, as if I was growing up like I was growing up in the 80s, but with Mando. I mean, I would be standing on the Walmart building waiting to open to go check every toy that would come out. So anyway, perhaps it will we will lose some. It will never be the same. But again, we're 40 years later, even more, and look at what it is today. And look at everyone that actually decided to work in the movie industry, like me, uh, because of Star Wars. And even today, I think the impact it will still last for a very long time. Anyway, I think there'll be more vintage kids even after us. But the show probably podcast I won't be there. But next week I will. Okay. So yeah, so if you guys have any subject you want to talk about, if you want to bring any questions, I'm going to talk about I'll let you put in the comments what you want to talk about. But what I was saying is, for the next few weeks, next week will be our 50th episode. So I'm going to do a little something special, probably just some recap, or I was thinking about showing all these pictures that I photoshopped myself in. I enjoy doing this. This is great. It's so easy nowadays. Like, you click on several things. Tip, 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 tip. There you go. My face is on Luke, or my face is on Leia, and it's not it's not as hard as it was like 15 years ago doing Photoshop. Photoshop is free now on several websites, so it's so easy. It's not the same thing. Let's say that you don't have to go to university to lower to use Photoshop anymore, or spend hundreds of hours wondering what the hell. Or you just have to go on YouTube and watch some videos, and you know how it works. So for the next few weeks, I'm really late in several of the last movies that came out. Donc pour les prochaines semaines, I just realized I've been talking in English all this time, but anyway. Pour les prochaines semaines, ce que je vais faire, j'ai réalisé que je suis très en retard dans plusieurs productions, plusieurs films qui sont sortis ou qui vont sortir. So in the next few weeks, there's one thing that is for sure. I'm going to have an episode. I will do an episode on The Walking Dead. And the reason why I'm going to do this, because I went through all 11 seasons. Not yesterday, but in the last year. And I'm at the last episode. Tonight I'm going to watch the last episode of season 11. And let's talk about Michael Keaton return. Oh, yes, that's a good subject. Greg, you're totally right. I'm just going to finish the thing I was saying. So I'm going to do a episode on Walking Dead, and I want to talk about the last Ant-Man. I haven't watched it yet, but people are saying that it's terrible, so I just can't wait to watch it. I love when people say, that movie is very bad. I was, oh, good. I think I'm going to enjoy it. Because most of the time when people say it's a very bad movie, I watch it and say, oh, that's good. Oh, this actor. Oh, this thing. Anyway. Okay. So, yes. Batman returning as... Batman returning as Michael Keaton. So, Michael Keaton is back. And I grew up with Adam West as Batman. um, way before Michael Keaton was cast in 1988, and the movie came out in 1989. But for me, Michael Keaton, I think, is still the best Batman. And Christian Bale did an amazing job, but Michael Keaton, and I think it's what helped, what really helped is the fact that it was Tim Burton that was making those movies. That Tim Burton vibe fits very well with, well, back in the days, fitted very well with the Tim Burton universe. So it was a good match, and you just have to watch Beetlejuice. I mean, if you guys haven't seen Beetlejuice, go look at that movie. It's a perfect chemistry of Michael Keaton and Tim Burton together. And they're actually doing a Beetlejuice 2. I just can't wait. Just can't wait to see where this will be heading. Yeah, the Batman TV show with Adam West is great. Keaton is by far my favorite Batman. And it's it was also surprising to see where Tim Burton managed to bring Batman for us that only knew the Batman from Adam West, which was boo, beer, la 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 la. You know, it was more of a comedy. It was like we say in satire. I don't know. I really honestly think we should. Yeah, but look, we just got one with the Flash. So, but a standalone movie with him, I don't know. I haven't seen. See, again, I'm gonna have to watch the Flash. That's another thing I want to watch very very soon, and I'll be able to talk about it. But yes, to bring back Michael Keaton. Well, some people said that he would be a great old Bruce Wayne. I'm not good with the comics. I'm not a specialist in anything, and especially not in comics. Uh, I feel like yeah, it does. Yeah, it would be great, just Batman. Um, and I know that in the comics, there's like the old Batman, and it's pretty dark. And I think it would be interesting to see what Michael Keaton could bring to that old Batman version. But I can't wait to see him back in the suit. I mean, when I saw the first um, Thriller, I freaked out. I said, "Oh, it's Batman, my Batman." I think, however, Warner Brothers know that the main reason most people are going to see the Flash is because, yeah, um, Batman Beyond. Yeah, that's it. That's it. That's what I was talking about. I don't know the name, but you're totally right. It's Batman Beyond. It could be great. I mean, I type too fast. Don't worry, man. I speak too fast, so and I'm not English. I speak French. So can you imagine all the crazy sounds that I could actually do and doesn't make any sense to you guys? I'm pretty sure I would probably only speak in French. You would probably understand me more. On va parler en français. Hey, wow, I know. I speak French. Phil really helped me. Um, yeah, so it would be amazing. I just can't. I hope that they will keep the same feel of this Batman from 1989 in the Flash movie. That's what. And I'm gonna give you an example. Like, you know what they did with Luke Skywalker in Episode 8? Yeah, I hope that they won't do the same thing. It's like, yeah, I'm totally different now. I'm a drunk. and I don't like bats. Okay. So I just hope that Ryan Johnson was not in the project. So yeah, I just can't wait to see what they actually did with him, and I just can. And it's funny because you actually know right away. What I mean is, do you remember the time that the first time you watched episode 8 and you saw Luke throw the lightsaber and just walk away, and that awkwardness that happened inside of you is like, what, what? And it was not like a good, oh wow, what? Oh, I'm interesting. Well, that's interesting. What's going to happen? It was like, no, that's not the same character. That's not the same guy. That's not the same Jedi. That's not the same Luke. So I hope that they are not doing the same thing with Michael Keaton, the Batman that we loved in 1989 and 91, I think, or 92, and change the character. Sorry, character, and we're gonna be like, what's going on? Anyway, just for Michael Keaton, I know I'm going to enjoy that movie, even if the movie sucks, even if the movie doesn't make any sense, even if at the end of the movie I'm scratching my head and say, "What's the Flash again?" I know I'm going to say, "Oh man, these Batman parts were amazing." It's Michael Keaton. So only just by that, it's worth watching the movie. And often you heard me talked about this. First of all, when someone, like I said, when someone tells me the movie sucks, I know I'm going to enjoy it a little more. Yeah, exactly. I really hope that some people will learn. Um, so what I love about movies is sometimes even people are going to say, "Don't watch the movie. It's a waste of time. It's going to be a waste of your time." Yes, I understand, and I'm not saying that this person opinion is wrong, but you have to keep in mind that sometimes even if a movie is pretty bad, some actors in it will make the experience worthwhile even if the movie sucks. So so many times I've watched movies that I was not necessarily interested in the storyline, or I was not necessarily interested in the genre of the movie, but I've watched it. Why? Because Kevin Costner was in it. Because Robert Duvall was in it. And even if Duvall would be in a 5 minute scene in that 2 hour movie, I'm going to watch the whole movie because I want to watch Robert Duvall 5 minutes. So you're going to say, yeah, you really love Robert Duvall. Yeah, but that's not only him. So many great actors are in so many movies that they're not necessarily the main character that it's worth watching. And that's only 2 examples. I can go and say so many more examples. But I love to watch these movies that people are saying, yeah, it's not really good. Okay, I'm gonna give it a shot. And like you guys know, I analyze everything. What's kind of my that's what I learned in school for so many years. It's to analyze movies and create movies and to make sure that it makes sense. So I just can't wait to see what they're going to do with Batman. So again, we have like 8 minutes left. If you have something else to say, go ahead. So I'm gonna throw this out there. I was always partial to Marvel over DC Comics as a kid. Same now as an adult. What is it that DC never seems to really pop the way it should, like Marvel does? I'm going to give you my personal opinion. Okay? I'm going to give you my personal opinion. And you're going to hear it, and you're going to say, Phil, you're repeating yourself. Yeah, but it's important in the movie industry, in the TV industry, and most important when you're doing a universe like Marvel, like DC, like Star Wars, and the big issues with the DC, and I'm not talking about the comics here, the movies, uh, they feel fake. They don't look real. You're gonna say, Phil, uh, there's nothing that looks really real in Infinity War. Well, it looked more real than what they did for most of the DC movies. The quality of what they're showing you on screen is really important nowadays. And I've watched uh, what's the what's the name of the movie when also the Justice League. I've watched Justice League. I've watched Batman versus Superman, and so many times. Well, Batman versus Superman was better, but Justice League, it there's not much that looks real. So, as a viewer, and I'm talking for myself here. So many times during these movies, I said to myself, "Okay, this looks so cartoonish." And you're gonna say, "Yeah, well, it's coming from comics." Yeah, but you have to, if you're doing live action, try to do your best that it looks like real life. Um, Otherwise, put like drawings behind people and make them walk in front of drawings. Yes, of course, you're totally right. It also starts with the writers as well. And we had, I think we went through this also with the last three Star Wars movies. They started to do a trilogy without writing the story first, and look where we went with episode 8 and then episode 9. So you're totally right. Matt Reeves Batman movie was fantastic. um which, oh, you mean, is it the one with the vampire guy? Sorry, I don't remember his name. uh Matt Reeves is the last Batman that came out, right? With the vampire actor there. And yes, you're totally right. It was great. It was great, but it looked real. Or do you agree that if you're talking about the same Batman, the last one that came out, uh, yeah, Robert Pattinson, yeah, the vampire guy. um, you're totally right. The movie looked real. It felt like it was in Gotham. They really shot scenes in a real cemetery. Yes, exactly. And that's why I think the Marvel universe did a better job, first of all with the writing, but also with what they are showing to you. You believe it when you see Spider-Man holding on to that thing and heading to space. It looked real. Uh, you believe the planet of Thanos looked actually like, okay, this looks real. But just go back to, I think it's in the Justice League movie or in the first, when Aquaman actually shows up for the first time. He actually like flies on the alien and he lands on the floor, and it's all like, it looks so cheap. Um, I don't believe in Spider Man. Nobody believes in Spider-Man. Only his uncle did. Jimmy V's in the house, ladies and gentlemen. The winner of so many things. But we love you. I mean, I really hope, Jimmy, James, you actually did I win yet? Yeah, you win our heart. You win all of our hearts. I really hope you're playing the lottery, man. Horseshoe Harry. Oh, that's a great name. That's a great name. I really hope you're playing the lottery over there in the U.S. because I know the odds are like crazy shit, crazy lovely shit. But you're so lucky, man. You probably don't even have to buy a ticket, and you've got a chance to win the lottery. And if ever you do win the lottery, just let me know. I'll invite you over here in Quebec to spend a week with me. Tell me your secrets. Yeah, you weren't present to win, man. That's a good one. Anyway, so yeah, so for the DC and the Marvel universe, yeah, the writing is really important. Um, but you have to keep in mind that all this thing actually already exists in the comics. So it's even harder to believe that they're gonna screw up the story because the story already exists. But in Star Wars, they decide to flush down everything and start from scratch. And JJ did that, and he actually did like a remake of Episode 4. And then Ryan Johnson showed up and was like, I don't like your ideas, man. I'm going to put everything in Gilliam's. And then everything went down the toilet. And then they start to do Episode 9, and they said, yeah, you're fired. Let's bring back JJ and try to fix everything up because Ryan just destroyed Star Wars. And somehow Palpatine returns. Oh, man. Yeah. And now they actually have to fix this in The Mandalorian and every TV series they gotta put up in Disney Plus. But as you guys know, I mean, Daisy Ridley, and I gotta finish this with that. I already talked about it, but for me, it's incredible. By knowing a little how it works in the movie industry, what they actually did for Episode 9, for me, it's like, what? What? Are you kidding me, man? Over here in Quebec, like very cheap TV shows that are filmed in cardboard set are more well prepared than what they did for Episode 9. Go check it out. If you haven't seen it on the internet, go check it out. Daisy Ridley actually says, and I'm pretty sure, nope, I'm pretty sure that Disney called her for that and said, shut the fuck up. Shut the lovely up. They actually decided while they were almost done filming Episode 9 that she would be a Palpatine. What? What? It's like, you've got your whole trilogy there. It's based on that girl, and like 2 weeks or a month before you're done filming all 3 movies, you decide to make her a Palpatine? Okay. It's like, yeah. I'm going to give you a very bad example. It's like, okay, I'm going to buy myself a hockey team. Oh, yeah, I'm going to buy a hockey team or a football team. Okay. So, we're starting, this week. Okay, the season's starting. Okay, good. So someone shows up to me and say, who's your goalie? Who's your quarterback? And what? Your quarterback. What do you mean? Your quarterback. Who's our quarterback, man? And who's your goalie? You need a goaltender when you play hockey because, to put someone in front of the goal to make sure that there's no goal from the other team. and a quarterback. You know, uh, I don't know. Yeah, because there's a game tomorrow morning. Tomorrow night. Yeah. So, what are we going to do? What are we going to show to our fans? Give me a minute. I'll come back to you. Give me a second. Yeah, Bob. Yeah, they're saying they need a quarterback. What the fuck is that? It feels like that. You know, it's like you're heading to the Stanley Cup Finals and you don't know what's a goaltender. Wait, what? You've played 82 games during the season and you don't know what's a goaltender, and you are trying to make sure that this team is going to be good and fans will be happy to cheer for it. You don't have a goaltender, man. You don't have a quarterback, and you don't know what it is. Anyway, so yeah, of course it was all about the money, but it's okay because this is where we are today. This is how it works today, and it was also the same thing back in the days, but you weren't necessarily pushed to make sure that the Bruins didn't know what playoffs was. Yeah, they had a great season, man. But go talk about it with the Maple Leafs fans. Go check. I mean, I don't think I've posted that. I'm just gonna say this. I've found a guy that actually does videos on the playoffs in hockey and stuff. And this guy, he actually films himself and he plays like several hockey players, like doing Matthews and Marner and so, and even the coach and the general manager. And it's like, okay, guys, okay, so that's it. So no, there's a second round. What? What's the second round? they they won for the first time, and they are heading to the second round. They have no clue what's the second round because they always get eliminated in the first one. So all the players are getting ready to go play golf. So we're heading to Florida, right? Yeah, for a second round. Second round of golf? No, to play a second round for the Stanley Cup Finals. There's second round, really? Did you know? No, I never heard about a second round. Did an amazing job. Are beating the Red Sox at the moment. See, all kinds of things can happen. I miss the Whalers. The Whalers, Hartford Whalers. I miss the Expos, to be honest with you. We might, yeah, that would be a great episode, man. We have to talk about old time baseball. I was a huge baseball fan. You have no idea. I think as a kid, I preferred baseball to hockey. Don't tell any other Canadian because people are going to show up at my home and kick the hell out of my face. But I grew up with the Expos, Montreal Expos. Now they're actually the Washington Nationals. That's my team, man. And anyway, so perhaps I'll talk about my expo, mes expos de Montréal. The Expo, one of my favorite players ever played with Pete Rose. Yeah, he played, and I saw him. And I remember, I'm going to tell you something about this, and before I leave. Greg, let me tell you something. I don't know, you're probably able to find some videos of this, but something that was amazing about Pete Rose, when he played on first base for the Montreal Expos, when he would finish the inning, he would grab the ball on first base, and he would throw the ball on the floor really hard, poof, and he would leave. And that I was fascinated by that as a kid. Yeah, he deserved to be in the Hall of Fame, but I totally understand. But I mean, what he did and stuff, it's like, okay. And sadly, it was a big name, and he had to. Everyone, he was the guy that they decided that he would pay for everyone. He was made an example of him, and that's sad. That's sad because I mean, he did so much for baseball. Anyway, all right, guys. So I've been talking 8 minutes longer than I was supposed to. So as usual, thank you for joining me. I mean, I love these open mic nights. We talk about whatever we want. So we might do more. But like I said, in a few weeks or next week is the 50th episode of the Vintage Kids. I might do something a little special. But eventually we're going to talk about the latest movie that came out, the Marvels. I'm going to do a Walking Dead episode. And again, I'm going to put a link for the Leia's drawing. And it was, again, my mistake. And thank you, Jenny, again, for writing me the information. The money that will be used for her college fund. So, yes. So that's it. So I'm gonna put all the images of the patches available and stuff that she posted today. And again, you might contact her or contact me, and we'll make sure that you get your drawing, your artwork. So thank you very much. Have a good one as well. Be safe, be good, be wild, be you. See you next week. And again, if you have suggestions, any questions or whatever, contact me. I'll be able to reply I'll do my best to reply as soon as possible. Bonne semaine tout le monde. Don't go too fast on the internet. Bye-bye.